Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to go on my live and make sure it's all working. We just had a power outage and it just blipped again, so hopefully it's going to keep going. It's working. Hopefully it's going to keep going and not have those Wi-Fi glitchy things again today, like we did yesterday. It wasn't too bad yesterday. But so many people aren't working at the moment. Everyone's online, and I think everyone's having problems all around the world with the chicken, stop it. With the Wi-Fi, with the internet, because everyone's using it, right? Everyone's downloading things at the same time. Watching my cat, she's been a mischief in the kitchen. She's looking for water, that's what she's looking for. So welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm going to go deeper into the daily read, and I've picked out a card from another deck as well to give us a bit more insight. And then I'm going to give readings for everyone, so stick around. If you're watching hey Corinne, how are you? If you're watching the replay, then I'll put a link to the daily read up there. Pause this, watch that, and then come back. For those of you live, the daily read was all about being careful about our ego today and our intuition, right? So it was saying that sometimes we can not want to follow our intuition because, hey, Aphrodite, sometimes we can not want to follow intuition because if we do what someone else says instead, then we can blame them, kind of thing. It's our ego, it's our sneaky ego, right? And so we do what someone else tells us to do instead of doing what we want to do. And then if anything happens, we can blame them and we can be a victim instead of us following our intuition. Then we'd be to blame, right? Then we'd be taking responsibility. And so we've got to watch out for that sneaky ego today because of that. I'm keeping well, thanks, Aphrodite. How are you going? How are you, Corinne? Where are you watching from, Corinne? I've just seen a mosquito. I'm going to have to kill that. Right, and so that was it. And we've also got relationship healing today as well, some forgiveness to do in relationships. And it could be around this blame thing as well. It might not be connected though. It's all individual basis, isn't it? But what else was there? I can't remember. Something else as well. Maryland. You're in the States. The States isn't doing very well at the moment, right? You're losing or winning, depending on which way around you see it with the virus. Not good, very frightening times. I went out for a beach run this morning again with my mask. I made a mask yesterday out of an old t-shirt because by law now we've got to wear masks, or by the rules we can be arrested if we don't wear a mask when we're out there. But we are still allowed to exercise, which is awesome. So I went to the beach with a mask that I'd made. It's hard running in a mask, hey? It's hard. Luckily, the mask that I made was out of a very old thin t-shirt, so it's easier to breathe through. So that's my running mask. And somebody's making me a proper mask, a washable mask, and that'll be ready in 3 days. So I'll be able to wear this temporary one that I've made to go and pick that up. The card that we've got today is confidence. Look at that, flowers. Did you see my picture today? I didn't go by the pool. Like, they've taken all the furniture from around the pool now. And it's closed down. But I thought, every time I walk past these flowers, I stop and smell them because they're so beautiful. And so I took the picture by those flowers because it's hanging right in the pathway. So I'm pretty sure everyone's stopping and smelling those flowers. And look, there's roses on this card too. It's all tying in. We've got confidence. What does it say? Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. Yeah. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. Yeah. Confidence. Confidence is an interesting thing, isn't it? Because what I've noticed since I've become more confident is a lot of people, when they're unhealed, when they're very sensitive still and triggered by a lot of things, then they tend to think that confident people are arrogant. And so, they'll react to it. They'll be triggered by people's confidence. And this is saying, that difference between divine confidence. If you don't have it yourself, then you tend not to respond to it in others as well. So again, the ego comes up. I'm feeling like our ego is going to be playing tricks on us, especially if If this is the time that you've just gone into lockdown, like me, this is day 2 for complete lockdown for me. But I had it's been a week really. I've kept to myself for a week because I went to Kuala Lumpur and I've got to like act like I've got it or I'm a carrier of it because I was on a plane in airports. I was very careful. I was washing my hands all the time. I was very careful, but still, you never know if you pick it up, right? So it's been about a week for me, but the thing is, when we're on lockdown, everyone's got to face ourselves, right? You might be used to, like me, spending time by yourself, facing yourself, doing the inner healing work, meditating, things like that. You might be used to it. A lot of people aren't used to that, and then suddenly they're confronted with themselves, yeah? And so this is when this could be like the day when the ego kicks in. And for you, Corinne, it's tomorrow. And you, Aphrodite. I'm talking about Saturday, 28th of March, which is what it is today for me. So let's go deeper into the daily read. Gotta watch out for that tricky ego and have confidence in our higher selves, in our true soul. Yeah. Also, everybody, it's the half price sale because it's the weekend. So it's it's abundance money readings. By popular demand, everyone in Psychic Cafe decided on that one a few days ago. So that's what it is this weekend. So if you're wanting to get to the next level of abundance, letting more money in, that kind of thing, it's Saturday in Australia. It certainly is. You're in Australia, Aphrodite. Yeah, you are. I'm thinking you're in the US. I'm mixing you up with someone else. Okay, so we've got self-love and I am that. Melbourne. Like Saska, she's in Melbourne too. Self-love and I am that. Of course, we've got to love ourselves, right? We've got to love ourselves. During these times, we've really got to look after ourselves the best we can. My morning run was so good this morning. Oh my God, it was so nice. There were, I saw 4 runners out there. They were all Thai and one walker. Only one of them had a mask on like me. It's probably a good idea when you're running. It's hard to run with a mask on, but I've still got to do it. It's so nice to get out on the beach. It's so quiet out there. Bizarre. But it was very early when I went. It was like 6 o'clock. So I was up early. So you've got to look after yourself. Keep on looking after yourself. Saska and I are friends. Our children go to school together. Oh, awesome. I got onto you through her. Cool. I was wondering that when I just saw Saska. I was wondering if you already knew each other. And I am that, We're getting down to what's really important to us, aren't we? We're all getting down to what's really important to us now. And self-care is one of those things. Really loving ourselves, really loving our choices. We're kind of breaking free of the societal norms at the moment and then all questioning it. It's like, do we really want to carry on like that? We're all noticing how important community is, right? We've got an amazing community here. Self-love, Corinne, for sure. And we've got to believe in ourselves more than anything else right now. Believe in ourselves, our own power. This is about not caving into fears too. If we cave into those fears, if we focus on what we don't want, if we're focusing on what the terrible things that are happening in the world, and there's so much bad going on at the moment, so much scary stuff, then we take our energy down. We take our immune system down. We take our vibration down. We don't want to do that, right? We want to remain high and kind of accept what's going on, as scary as it is. We don't want to focus on it too much because it's not going to do anyone any good. We've got to believe in ourselves. What we can control in our lives, it's a very personal thing right now. Our space, it's got smaller, hasn't it? And it's just showing us what we do have control over, and that's our lives. Did you watch it's chicken. Did you watch have you watched your weekly read yet? I put all the weekly reads up last night I did. So check those out on my YouTube channel. I'll be doing probably today, I'll be doing recording the April read. See what's going on for everyone in April. It should be interesting. Working from my room. We've got growth and surrender. So remember, universal principles still apply no matter what's going on in the material world. Universal principles still apply. Our higher selves are still leading us to what it is that we want. Yeah. And so our growth, and especially, it's like personal growth is all about confronting ourselves, right? And even if you're used to this, even if you're used to working on yourself, even if you're used to meditation, even if you're used to taking time out by yourself and all of that, we're still being confronted at the moment by ourselves. There's still stuff that we were covering up by being busy or by working out every afternoon, that kind of thing. There's still stuff that we're covering up, and so it still can be tricky for everyone. So we've got to surrender to that growth because our higher selves are leading us in the right direction. It's making us strong. It's making us ready for what's next. And what's next is, eat it. She's catching that mosquito that's been freaking me out because it's huge. She's good at catching flies, my chicken. She's got it. She's eating it. Yay. So we've got to surrender to that growth because our higher self is leading. It's getting us ready for what's next. 2020 was all about this. It was all about forcing us onto our life path, what we're really here for. If you haven't watched your 2020 reading yet as well, get onto that. The sound isn't so good on them because it was a really windy day on the beach when I was recording those. I don't like working inside. It's okay for Psychic Cafe, but the energy is so different. I like shooting my videos outside, but just can't do it at the moment. Okay, so a little bit more about that relationship healing that we've got and about forgiveness. We've got you're on track intimacy. So we are being guided to the communities and the relationships that are really important to us now. We're all being given this time to get real clear on what's right for us and what isn't right for us. More than ever. I'm going to let the cat out. She wants to go out. I'll be right back. Chicken. Hi. So we're being given that chance to get really clear on what's right for us in our lives and what isn't. So we've got you're on track with your intimacy. So we are through this relationship today. If it's going on for you, then just know that you are on track with those relationships. And it's not just romantic relationships. This is friendships, colleagues, customers, communities, your tribe, to get you on track, to what you're really here to do. We've got a massive shift happening right now. Who's with me live? Pop up a message saying who you are, where you're watching from, because I'm about to give the readings now. So who would like a reading? So what I do is I connect in with your higher self. That's your soul, your spirit, that part of you that's always in spirit form, knows everything about you and is always trying to lead you to what you want and what you're here for and all of that. Who wants one? Yeah, watch it after this. The weekly reads. Karen's up first. Who else is on watching? It's quiet today in here. Been quiet the last couple of days. What's everyone doing? I thought these would get really busy. It was a few days ago. I thought these would be really busy. Corinne. Okay, so you're in lockdown, Corinne. You got the Time Alone card. And it's actually your higher self is trying to lead you to the freedom that you really want. Of course, it feels like our freedoms have been taken away, but really freedom has been given to us, right? Just depends on how we look at it at the moment. We're actually getting to choose. Most of us are getting to choose how we spend our time now. So your higher self is leading you toward the freedom that you want. Let's have a look. Get another couple of cards. Completions. Yeah, right. And so you're being woken up at the moment, Corinne, to what it is that you want to let go of, what you don't love doing in your life, what you don't love conforming to in your life. These things are falling away. You getting this freedom and this time alone. These things are falling away so that you can really feel it. You know how, when we're like when we're working too hard and then we go on holiday and then we get sick as soon as we go on holiday, because it's when we stop that we actually get the chance to feel what it was doing to us. And then we're like, oh my God, that was exhausting, but I kept on going. You just keep on going. And when we're in these patterns of just keeping on going, like it's like we're on a treadmill. It's like we're asleep on a treadmill, and then we get a break and then we're like, oh my God, what was I doing? I'm worn out. Like, you get to really feel what it was doing to you and what it is that you don't love. And this is because when our higher selves are trying to lead us to do what we love, to do what we're actually here to do, that always feels good to us. It's always a win-win situation. It gives us energy, right? It gives us energy. Like, none of my work is draining to me. None of it. Especially now I've found the way, like doing it online. I've been doing it on this online for the last 9 years or something. Before that I had a shop and it was still good then, but it was a little bit draining. Now it's not draining to me at all. And so same for you, Corinne, is that anything that you're not loving, it's just showing you that it's not your path, right? And your higher self is trying to get you on that path now. And so you've got to start making decisions for what makes you feel really good, what you really love, because that is your higher self saying, yes, this direction, do that thing, do that thing. So you're being given this chance to complete things, not to complete things as in finish things off, as in let things go, let things drop. Let things drop now that you don't really love, because it means it's not your path if you don't really love it. And so time to get really selfish in a way, really, I'm just going to do what I love now. And, Hey, Nikki, how are you going? Aphrodite's up next. Aphrodite, where's Saskia today? Is she busy cleaning the house still? Or is she out in nature? Her reading yesterday was about getting out into nature. Ooh, Aphrodite. You got the romance card. I thought this was going to come out for you, Nikki. Nikki's high self is always going on about romance. Aphrodite, romance, be artistic. This is about being creative in relationships, which we've got to be right now, hey? I saw, how when you like play YouTube videos and if you've got it on autoplay, it just chooses the next video. I think I was watching my own videos just to make sure that all of the things, all the edits and everything were right in them. I was watching the weekly videos and the next video came up and it was someone else's reading and it was for Taurus. I'm Taurus. It was someone else's weekly reading or something, or maybe it was a monthly reading. I think it was for April, for Taurus. Anyway, it started auto playing and so I was listening. So I don't know, I can't remember who it was, what she was saying. And it was all about love. And it was about like someone coming to see you. And it's like, that's not going to be happening. It's like all the things that she was saying. It's like, well, that's kind of impossible right now because people can't move around. No one's coming to see me. We're in like social distancing like that, just that kind of stuff isn't going to happen. And so this is why you've got this creative card. Get artistic with it. Get artistic with it. Get creative with it. In a way, it's good. In a way, romance can happen because we can just chat, can't we? We can take it really slowly. We can spend a month. We're in lockdown for a month. It's the end of April when we come out, if we come out of it then. And so we've got a month of getting creative with our romance. And slow starts are good, right? So it could be the time, Aphrodite, to get chatting with someone. Ooh. Chatting with someone that triggers you because they're a mirror reflection. Seriously. Oh, this might be aside from that. Okay, this might be different. Other guidance, not the romance thing. People around you, if they're triggering you, if they're making you feel overwhelmed. Hey, Eva. If they're making you feel overwhelmed, it's showing you something about yourself. We only get triggered by stuff that we haven't healed within ourselves. Something that we've got inside of ourselves that we don't like. And so anything that's triggering you at the moment, something about you, or it's something that you did have before, but you've not forgiven yourself for, you're not actually let go of it completely. You might let go. You might have let go of a pattern, but not let go of the self-punishment, the guilt about something that you were doing. So whatever feels triggering to you, overwhelming to you, Aphrodite. Nikki, I've been engrossed in the artwork. You're painting at the moment, huh? Ready for romance. Romance isn't going to happen apart from chatting. I mean, what can we do? Oh, it's going to get... Imagine what it's going to be like in a couple of weeks' time. I know a couple of people that will be messaging me and I'll be like, no, barricade the door. You can't come and see me. Can't think of anything. Maybe it's today. Maybe someone's going to trigger you today. Who wants a reading? Nikki, do you want one? Eva, do you want a reading? Anyone else there want a reading? Go on my coffee. Don't forget to drink coffee. Have you got your coffees? This is a cafe after all. But what about single people? Do they really expect us to be locked down for this long? I was thinking that this morning. I'm like, it's so buzzing. Yeah, the daily read. It was about our ego. Egos could be kicking in there. And about our intuition. And sometimes we don't want to follow our intuition because our ego wants to be the victim, wants to blame other people instead. Because if we don't follow our intuition, right? So it's like, if you know that someone's no good, if you know that, you shouldn't be around someone, your intuition's telling you no, but you're around them anyway, and then, they cause you harm in some way, then you can blame them. Your ego wants to blame them, right? Instead of taking responsibility yourself. Yeah. You got your Yorkshire tea? Tea drinker. I think the island has got a power outage at the moment. I've got power because this resort has got a generator, but maybe the rest of the island hasn't got power at the moment. It was off for like 5 minutes, which isn't a big deal. But when you've just been for a run on the beach and you've had a shower, you come out of the shower in the temperatures here, and then there's a power cut for 5 minutes. I was pouring sweat, like I dried myself from the shower. And usually if I've been for a run, I will stand then in front of the fan in the air conditioning until my temperature comes down. But in that instant, that's when there was a power cut. And so I was like pouring with sweat, naked. I'm like, now what do I do? I put the fan on, stood in front of it, even though it wasn't working, thinking, please set the generator off, because it was really early in the morning, so the staff weren't even up and about. Aphrodite says, I had my horoscope done when I went to India. Oh, and the astrologer said I'll meet my life partner by June this year. He did say to be open. There you go. Maybe it's true. Our temperatures here are steadily going up, like every few days now. We're heading into the summer heat. And so this virus, it doesn't like the heat that we have it at anyway. Yeah. Which is not why it's not spreading very much here, or if it is spreading, it's not taking hold because it's just warm here. And so, maybe this is just going to kind of disappear as fast as it came in. Eva, you are next. I've got your cards already. I'm just drinking coffee. Eva, okay. Up until now, this is the past card. And empower self. Oh, okay. So you're being asked to empower yourself. Someone's banging on the railings. Coming into winter. Yeah, that's not so good for Australia, is it? Eva, the past and empowering yourself. And so you may not have realized how you were handing your power away, Eva. So empowering yourself is about being really determined about your life, right? It's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it for myself. I'm going to get stuff for myself. I'm going to keep on looking after everyone else, and I'm going to do something for myself. and I'm determined to do this, and I'm not going to keep, let time wasters come into my life and distract me. I'm not going to get distracted by all of that stuff. I'm determined to do this now. I'm going to have strong boundaries to everyone else, especially people who pull me off my path. It's that kind of thing. That's true empowerment. I'm picking up for you, Eva, especially. It's for you doing something. I'm feeling like it's not completely disempowered. You're not being a total victim, but your empowerment is about to step up, and that's what you're being taught at the moment, is to get even more empowered. Powerful queen. I'm seeing a powerful, like empress kind of energy, stepping into that, Eva. Cool, huh? And yeah, look at this. You're going to be heard. That's why I was feeling that energy from you, that empress energy. It's time to step into that energy, be heard. So you've got to start something off. Have you been thinking about like starting a business or something like that, or doing your soul work now and putting yourself out there, Eva? Awesome. You can feel it. That's good. So your higher self has been through to you then, if you can already feel it. That's good. But you're going to be heard now. It's like me. It's like my business in the last couple of weeks. I'm getting so much busier yet, but we've been waiting on the world to sort its priorities out, right? And so, Eva, same. You're going to be heard now. And so it's time to step up that soul work, because it's going to be valued now. Yay! Everybody that does this kind of work too is being valued now. Hey Rose, where are you watching from, Rose? Nikki's spending her in a fire and keeping warm. Is it cold there? I thought you're having sunny times, or was that just a few days? I know what the UK is like. I had to escape the UK. It's terrible. So Aphrodite, was your horoscope in India, was it the Vedic horoscope that they did? You're welcome, Eva. California. Oh, how's it going in California, Rose? I'm a little bit worried about America at the moment, because you've got so much death there with this as well. But the amount of homeless there, oh my God, it's scary. You've got so many homeless in your country. Connection's unstable. Am I back? It's sunny. Oh, it's lovely and sunny in the UK. It gets cold at night. Yeah. Okay, Rose is up next. Oh, and everybody, click like on this video. It encourages YouTube to show other people. And subscribe to my channel too if you're not already. It was a professor of astrology did it. Oh, apparently it's well regarded though. Can't remember his name. Cool. Right, Rose, this is for you. Yeah, I'm looking at these cards and I want to say something else as well before I start, Rose. I've got a half price reading sale this weekend, and it's on the Abundance Money reading. So just check it out on my YouTube channel. Check it out on my website, behealing.com. But Rose, this reminded me, because you've got doubt cancels abundance, and you've got to include yourself. So Rose, this is saying that you think that abundance isn't including you, but you haven't been including yourself in that. And what I mean by that is you're keeping yourself on the outer. You're keeping yourself in the crowd that don't have enough. Maybe you're talking to people that don't have enough. You're continuing that vibration going of not having enough. This could include yourself with people. Stop having the conversations that you keep on having with people that are keeping you in that low vibration of abundance, because it's causing you to doubt abundance. It's causing you to doubt abundance, but abundance is there for you. You've got like the power of the universe at your fingertips. That is there for everybody, but we decide whether we include ourselves. You know how I was just saying to Eva about what was I saying? I don't know where my train of thought was going then. Oh, well, maybe it'll come back to me. But yeah, you've got to include yourself. Let's see what else you got going on. Because, Rose, you've got like very, very strong heart power. You've got, right, this is your emotional power. Your heart power is very strong. So your power as a human being, all of us, it's our consciousness and our emotional state. Your consciousness is lagging behind at the moment, but your emotional state is very strong. So your heart power is very strong. The combination of the two is when we've got really clear focus and we're choosing what to focus on, and we're very empowered. That was it. It was the empowerment that I was talking to Eva about, by being really determined to do something, to get things for our life, because you need to do it for yourself, Rose. You need to receive from it so that you're in balance. The universe won't let you get out of balance. It won't let you give out love, 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 and give more and more. And so once you're really focused and clear on what you want, and your blinkered vision, not letting all the other bullshit and all of the people that are in lack, don't let them drag you back into that old vibration. You've got like clear blinkered vision on what you want to do, and then that's a match to your heart energy. So your emotional energy, Rose, is way above your mental energy at the moment. You've got to get your mental energy there. So, Rose is your mom. Oh, okay, there you go. So, Rose, yeah, you need to meditate, get your thoughts straight, Rose. Especially about abundance, you need to, because I'm getting goosebumps now, because you've got an important role to play, especially with this. Like, your strength is your heart. Wow, it's huge. Your emotional energy is amazing, but your mind isn't right now. So you've got to get more, what's the word? Disciplined. Get your mind more disciplined. Stop talking to people about what's going wrong, the lack and all of that. Just stop doing that. Spend this time in meditation to get really clear on good thoughts. There you go. Who's up next? My connection's playing up. That sucks, doesn't it? Nikki, want one? Who else wants a reading? It's so cute you brought your mum along. Confidence. Did anyone have anything that came out yesterday? I mean, yesterday's, or today for some of you in the States, secret revealed. What was that about? I didn't. Yeah, I do lots of meditating, Rose. Perfect time to do it, hey? Not much else to do. Nikki, you're always getting the play card lately, aren't you? Do what you love, Nikki. Play, have some fun, create, do what you love. So how is your painting going, Nikki? You already know this. You're already getting your guidance, clearly. Your higher self is just repeating itself. Lately, you're already doing it, Nikki. Being creative. I would talk more about that, but I've already have in the last few days. Hey, Buddha says the purpose of meditation is to recognize human judgment and to discipline, develop the mind. Yeah, because our minds are just wayward. If we just let them do what they'll naturally do, they're all over the place. Not healthy at all. But there's more too when we meditate. You know, when you get to that, you know, when you get your brain, I used to be a neurotherapist, so I know what happens in the brain when we meditate and when it's going really well, is we get down into that alpha. First of all, we get into the alpha brainwave state, and then we can dip into theta as well, which is like the asleep state, but we're not asleep, we're conscious, right? And we're awake. And that, I can actually feel it in my third eye, like a buzzing in my third eye when I get to that point. And that opens you up to the vibration of the universe. It's like not just your higher self getting through, but it's connecting you with your heart energy. That's when you're really powerful. Like that's when your vibration is really powerful. It's like say my energy right now is maybe going out 5 meters or something like that. Oh, there's sweat all over my window. So say my energy right now is about 5 meters out because I'm doing this psychic cafe. If I were to be in which is kind of meditation when I'm doing readings, it's a kind of meditation. But say if I was meditating for myself, really sitting into meditation and getting into that zone, my energy would be like way bigger than that. And of course, that is how we can affect the world, isn't it? Just as the world is being affected by people's panic, people's fear at the moment, and it is affecting the world. It's affecting the vibration. It's affecting the collective. It's harder to meditate at the moment. Is everyone still getting like that dizziness and spaced out? I'm not right now. Maybe that's because people are in lockdown now, so people are a little bit calmer. Because when we take action, even if the action is staying in, it makes us feel better, right? Feel like we're doing something. Painting's going great. Playing a lot. That's good. Yeah, you're already getting your guidance. That's what I was hearing too. Your higher self has got nothing else to say. But yeah, we can really help the planet right now. It's actually affecting, 7.7 billion human beings. And we're all like electromagnetic beings, right? Of course, we're affecting the electromagnetics of the planet if we're all in a certain state, like a state of fear or panic or whatever. Of course we're affecting it. And then of course the electromagnetics of the planet affect us in turn. And so yeah, there's dizziness, feeling spaced out, all of that. Still struggling to quieten the mind. Yeah. And of course the collective consciousness is a problem at the moment. So with that was the daily read, wasn't it? About the ego kicking in, about the, having struggles with ego today. When we're meditating at the moment, we've got layers to go through. There's the ego mind, that I call it the ego mind, the fearful part of our mind, the one that wants to think about all kinds of things that could harm us, that monkey mind. There's that to get through first, but then we've got the collective after that, which is it's harder to meditate at the moment because of that. So then you're picking up on everyone else's thoughts and the collective energies, and then you've got to get through that too. That still plays. And so meditation is harder at the moment, but got to stick with it. I just completed a piece of art depicting the Veil of Illusion. Kind of has that Alice in Wonderland look. Sounds good. Yeah, a lot of us are really in our element now. I am. Nikki is too, by the sounds of it. I didn't have any secrets revealed yesterday, no, not me. Although I did start talking to someone again. Kenya. Didn't have any secrets revealed yesterday, although I discovered another fractal that needs integration. Ooh, inner work. Yeah, we're in our element at the moment, Nikki, for sure. Probably everyone else that's on here as well. If you enjoy doing the inner work, if you already spend a lot of time by yourself anyway, it's like the world has given us permission to be ourselves now. We don't have to comply. We don't have to comply with, what society, that's the bullshit in society that has been, the superficial stuff, you should be like a man and carry on going and all of this. It's like the feminine is taking over, isn't it? Feminine energies are taking over. Or could do. We're in transition at the moment anyway. Who knows what will happen, but what do you want to happen from this? The positives that come out of it. Moving more into a feminine energy. Letting go of the superficial. Not valuing the superficial anymore. Economic change. Health change. People looking after themselves more. There's all kinds of great things that can come from this. I'm going to do one next on the virus. Oh, just manifested by the collective, presenting as a disease of the mind. A dis-ease of the mind. We're in very interesting times, that's for sure. And we've got to lead the way, and we've got to do it for ourselves, you know. This is not a time, and we're all being shown that, right? That it's not about like stepping up and being a leader and telling other people what to do. It's not about that at all. It's about doing it in ourselves, making choices within ourselves, holding that energy in ourselves. That's how we create change. And then, you know, when we're allowed out again, when things can start again, we don't go back to how it was. Because we're all seeing, you know, the environmental stuff too. We're all seeing how it was. It was not working for us human beings, was it? Balance of masculine and feminine, very fifth dimension. Fifth dimension. Yeah. Evolve beyond that, you know, we can go straight to source ourselves. We don't need men in dresses telling us what to believe. Men in dresses. Especially men in dresses, right? You know, a lot of that was all about control. Especially keeping the feminine down for a lot of... I'm talking to Kenya again. We're so similar, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we're all both holding out to not be the first. Oh my God, what are we like? Anyway, it's probably watching me. Are you? Men in long black dresses and white dresses. Men in dresses telling us what to think and believe. Telling us to be afraid. No. You know, and maybe this is what today's all about, you know, I was saying about the intuition. I got a few thumbs down on that video, and I think maybe that's because people were taking it from a three-dimensional point of view, like don't let people tell you what to do. I'm not talking about like go out there and, you know, fuck the curfew, go around kissing people on the lip, you know, I'm not talking about that kind of stuff, and maybe that's how people were taking it, but nobody's intuition is telling them that. I think people, you know, it's like telling people to eat intuitively because your body knows what it wants. And it's like, well, I want sugar. It's like, no, that's not your intuition. That's not your body asking for that. And so if anyone's thinking like, fuck the curfew, fuck this social isolation, that's not their intuition saying that. Because our intuition is not going to put us in danger, right? Sounds like fun. Long red ones, long red dresses. Who wears red dresses? Which religion's that? Put your last penny in the collection box instead of food on the table. Oh, yes. And it's good to be poor. The churches are saying, well, they're like rich. Rich as fuck. Just so much crap in religion. Sorry if anyone is still into that stuff. But no, I think we're beyond that now. I think, you know, we are evolving pretty fast, aren't we? And wouldn't it be awesome? We've just got so many awesome things that can happen now, but it's up to us, you know, to make those changes in ourselves and get really clear on it too. Get really clear on it. Richest entity in the world. Yeah, it's crazy, eh? So there, you know, and that's just my ideas, you know, you could be coming up with other stuff too. I'm sure everyone is. You know, we've all got our particular areas of interest for a reason. I honestly, genuinely love you. Love my vibes. Oh, thank you, Eva. Thank you. I love what I do. I'm a very happy person. It's only taken like 49 years of healing myself. Seriously. I've always been pretty happy, but now I'm just so clear now. Especially since living here, like the last couple of years since I quit drinking alcohol, quit being addicted to alcohol, I guess. Quit using alcohol to numb myself down. I feel just so much better now. That's what the virus is doing, presenting choice. Absolutely. It's taken away because we weren't making those choices, right? No one was brave enough to step forward and make those right choices for the environment, for all of these things. No one was brave enough to do that. And really, it's probably too big. It was too big for everything. And it's beyond, isn't it? It's beyond anyone's sphere of influence because we've only got control over our own lives. So something like this happens so that we get like back to ourselves, back to our own lives, making clear decisions on what we want, because that's where our sphere of influence is, our own lives. And then we can move forward from there. So it's like reset. It's a reset, isn't it? Rebooted. The world is being rebooted. This planet is being rebooted. We're all getting back to ourselves. It's like, all go back to your rooms. Think about who you are, what you want. Clear in your own energy. Then we'll move forward from there, here. And so all of this, I guess we've all been thinking something like this would happen because we've been making films about it, right? The zombie apocalypse, all of the apocalypse kind of thing. This has been in the back of our minds that something like this is going to trigger this, something that can help us be the rebels that we really are. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. But this is actually a bit easier, The universe always knows our path of least resistance, and as a whole as well. And so apparently this is our path of least resistance, is to give us a virus that makes us all realize that we're all one and we're all connected. Control, Alt, Delete. Yeah, that's what's happening at the moment. That's what's happening, eh? Same here, dance and sing so much. Currently I'm in heaven, probably because I recently watched The Green Mile. Oh, what a beautiful, that makes me cry so much, that film, or it did used to anyway. Probably when I was, I haven't seen it for a while, but when I was unhealed. That's the thing, is like things aren't triggering me anymore. I used to be so triggered by violence, and now I'm a trained fighter. It's not violence though, it's different. Like I'm just, things don't trigger me anymore. Maybe I could watch The Green Mile now without breaking down in tears. Oh, really? I'm getting... Oh, I thought you were talking about the Wi-Fi now. And Nikki, continue with disconnection or get connected. I could probably watch The Green Mile now without breaking down. But it was that healer and him not being valued, and that really triggered me. And of course, that's changing now, isn't it? That's changing. Being valued now. The right people are being valued now. Yay. And that superficial stuff is falling away. No more the superficial people having all the money and being valued. That's falling away. People are realizing who they value now. And whoa, the health workers at the moment, heroes. Odette that used to come here? She's not in at the moment. She hasn't been in for a while because she's a health worker. She's still working now. And not only that, she just got accepted. Yesterday she volunteered to be on the front lines and doing the testing. She's a hero. So she's continuing on going and doing her work, which is amazing. Amazing. So people are stepping up now. People like you and me are stepping up now and really being valued. And have you all been getting the signs that you're protected as well? Things falling into place. I've had so much serendipity, so much synchronicity, so much like luck, especially around this virus, and like being able to get back to this island before everything closed down. She's in America somewhere. Michigan, I think. Can't remember. She said it's scary there at the moment. She said the ambulance noises are getting more and more often. So scary, but she's continuing going. She's strong. She's gone to bed already. Wow. People like that, so strong. They find this inner strength within themselves. They're like, right, I'm in my element now. And that's what we're feeling now too. Like Nikki, me, we're in our element now. Hey, your daughter too. Yeah, I was thinking about her as well, Nikki. It's awesome. People stepping forward. The ward is starting to fill up. So how's it going in the UK, Nikki? I know how it's going in America because all eyes are on there now because it's the new Italy, isn't it? It's like boom now. We're so lucky here. I mean, it has been passed around in Muay Thai. Muay Thai has been spreading it. But yeah, it's pretty much, it's not spreading very much here at all. We're lucky with the weather here and the sunshine. But I'm not so sure how this lockdown is going to work with Thais, because it's very much a communal way of living in Thais. I just can't imagine that people are staying in the rooms. The houses here are tiny and people don't live in them, they sleep in them. You sleep in your room and then you're outside the rest of the time. And I can't imagine. I don't know what it's like. The family here, the Thai family that live here are all still around each other. But they're a family, but they don't live in the same place. But yeah, but I think we'll be lucky here. Thank you, everybody, for coming along. Don't forget, I've got a half-price sale, and it's on abundance and money readings if you want to get clear on that and your way forward. As I said, the right people are being the right people. We're having change in who's being valued at the moment, and so this is the perfect time to change your mind about abundance and include yourself in the abundant people now. I don't watch the news too much, but the deaths are rising. Yeah, I feel the virus has different meanings for each nation and the dominant beliefs and dominant practices too. Cultural practices. I mean, here in Thailand, it's not very commercial, consumerist at all. Very much community-based and simple lives and beautiful place, taking care of each other. That's why I think I'm like, how does this lockdown really work in a culture like this? Because I just can't imagine how the Thais would do it knowing the way that they live. So everybody have an amazing day. Thank you for coming along. Please share my stuff with other people as well. I'd like my reach to get bigger. Almost done an hour. Wow. And get one of the half-price readings if you're interested in stepping up or just interested in knowing what your higher self has to say about abundance and money for you at the moment, or where you're headed to now. Shifts and things. In the UK, that reserved nature creates autoimmune issues, especially arthritis. Yeah, it's not good, is it? We all need community, right? And we're all realizing that now. Lockdown is making us realize just how much community is important. Okay, I'm out of here. It's breakfast time. See you all tomorrow. Of course, I'll be here tomorrow. Nothing else to do. Have a great day. Bye. Night, Nikki.